don't know a lot of gay people. Do you? And I don't care about what you do. I'm talking about the whole agenda to feminize black men. As you guys have also seen, Billy Porter was running around, in dresses and butterflies, whatever. Do your thing. But I think we also need to ask ourselves, are we really aware of what is going on? Do we really see what is going on before our very eyes? Or are we just, so caught up in the entertainment aspect of everything? Or, and I hate when people say, especially, and I think we as black women are very guilty of this. Oh, well, let him do him. Why do we care?
But then in the second voice, I can't find a man, or there ain't no good men out there. Blah, 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 blah.
Right. Well, why don't you go to Forever 21 or wherever? You might find him in there looking for a dress, let's see. Kevin, I think it was Kevin's comment. Yes. Said, Kevin, you say, the worst is that Americans no longer have a moral compass. Politics are a reflection of a nation that has eons of customs and traditions. Thus, one can see the difference between people steeped in customs and traditions, average African born in America, and thus is the target of a civilized people attempting to appear civilized. Ergo, the dynamics of pointing out solutions for Africans born in America rest with knowledge of the benefits of the established people, most African nations. And I must point out that America is 5% of the world's population and yet has 25 of the entire world population in people in prison. And that means the American justice system is by design, yes. Politics is a tool to continue the cover-up of racism is alive and well. Homosexuality is also steered into a society, and most have voices of dissent. And everyone that challenges one's right dissent, then the thing is wrong for my children as well as myself. Absolutely. I mean, he said a mouthful. But I think just to kind of piggyback off your latter point, if people don't like the agendas that are going forth, then you're wrong. Look at all the comedians and stuff that have been made to apologize. Eddie Murphy's, Kevin Hart, all these people for, especially offending, if you will, the alphabet people, as they say, because it's easier for me to say that. They've had to apologize, but it's like, it was a joke for one thing, but I should be able to have my opinion. Sure. I should be able to assert my straightness, if you will, because people used to be able to do that without being demonized. To be able to do that without you having a problem with it. Just like I don't have a problem with what you're doing. Just don't try to force it on me. That's the problem that I have, right? And Jonelle says, we have been orchestrated for over 400 years in the condition of a slave mind of various levels and every level. Let me see more if I lose my point. Every level, all that we discuss is only evidence of why we must and truly do need a detox from these various systems of slave-minded programming to keep us anti-productive and slave-minded, as well as truly other than our natural selves. Yes, we definitely do need a detox. That's where it's really going to start. It's deprogramming ourselves from what we've been taught, and that we keep reinforcing every day. I don't think we realize that we just keep reinforcing the nonsense about us and our people.
Right. And let me say this, because I want to transition to the Antonio Brown thing before we forget. Here's a man, and you see a lot of these athletes, pro athletes. They, come from, bad upbringings, or what they call bad upbringings, not a lot of opportunities. They finally make it to the top of their profession. They're number one. And Antonio Brown, everybody knows his issue. He finally makes it there, and then they self-destruct because they can't let those demons go. Or what is your opinion? Because
I'm going to get that. Because let me finish these comments so we can transit, because I got a lot to say about that, actually. And Tay says, on the Tyler Perry note, there's always a single bitter black woman narrative. I'm proud of his studio, but he should use it to for better content. Even stepping into most black churches these days, they make it seem like only black single mothers show up and the black men are out banging.
I have yet to see where the single moms are in the damn church.
Every black church I've been to has been a lot of mostly single black moms.
Yeah, but they're coming in with another baby, then another. They're not getting the message.
Well, that's why you got to keep going so you can get the message. Okay.
Okay, I get it, but
no, I agree with you that that is a narrative. But in the Bible it says that it's better, and I'm paraphrasing, for women to be single so that they can come and give their all to the church without having to answer to a man at home, because the order of things is your family comes before the church, right? So if you don't have
giving
a man,
your all to the church does not mean pastor. What's his name? Okay, I want to make that abundantly clear. That pastor that's getting all that notoriety.
So I kind of get where they're going with that narrative, where they would have a lot of single mothers, especially in the church, because that is what they're told. Jesus is your husband.
Totally wrong message.
Jesus is your man, right?
Totally wrong message.
And so Pamela, what's happening? He says there has been a lot in the news about the Trump impeachment on Wednesday. Yeah, it's like I can't even keep up with the Trump thing. It's just
wait. Since you brought that up, let's go over the Trump impeachment. What the hell does that have to do in impacting your life as a black person?
Nothing.
Moving on.
And then people got wrapped up into the black lady cart carrying the articles of impeachment. Ooh,
moving on.
Powerful.
This is all distractions for black people. You notice they're not talking about reparations anymore?
Exactly.
Notice they're not talking about issues that specifically address our issues?
Yeah, like I said, I hear about the impeachment, but it's like, whatever.
It's not putting no money in my pocket.
Exactly. And you also say, and not enough is said about the icons of our community of doers. Yeah, Akon is
building a city.
Senegal or somewhere.
Building a city.
He's building a whole city. And, I pray for the ancestors to protect that man, because we know what happens when people like that try to do stuff for their people.
But once again, you got somebody showing us the blueprint. Right here in California, we have a big Asian population they moved out away from Orange County. They came out here to the desert, right? Instead of these people coming into the old cities, they decided to build themselves a new one, Chino Hills.
Okay.
How can they do it and we can't?
And Asians are the richest people in
Southern California.
United States.
United States, right.
Right.
But
and the fastest growing population.
Right. But my question is, how can they get it done and we can't?
They have mastered group economics, and we in all fairness, we used to do group economics because we didn't have a choice. But then we got sold the
John Lewis.
The nonsense
when you go down to Woolworth and you get that white cup of soup with no salt, no flavor, you can't go any better than that. That's what we got sold.
Some seasonless soup.
Yeah, seasonless soup. We're gonna. Think about the craziness of this, dude. This is crazy. I want you guys to think about this. Think about this. You are going to go and force your way into somebody's restaurant and have them serve you. See, you're laughing because you know where I'm going with that.
I'm just laughing at the whole seasonless soup. That's some bullshit if you really think about it. We couldn't cook.
Right.
I just got to sit up there with massa.
Right. But you force yourself into this man's restaurant who you demand him to serve you. What do you think's going to happen? This man is most likely going to poison you, or that is madness. Yeah, that's madness. Yeah. But okay,
right. Good Lord. And John says, Donovan, we have to have the mind to do where there's no vision, the people perish. Absolutely.
Yes.
And Samuel said, God, Donovan is oh my God,
it's crazy.
It's some seasonless
soup. We rushing in there and paying good money for it.
Right. And then you're telling all your neighbors, guess where I'm going? I'm going to Woolworths today. And then Samuel says, Demetra, I was talking about something in New York, and I think he said my classroom yesterday, and for some reason, a non-gay student felt the need to tell me I can't discriminate against gay people when I want to talk about them. Point, our children feel need to look for issues to defend LGBTQ. I'm seeing a trend. Yeah. That's happened to me. Oh, you need to get with the times.
Right.
Somebody told me that I'm old and I need to get over. It's the way things are now.
Yeah, social construct.
Yeah, and even though my daughter talks about social construct a lot, she's like, no, I ain't on board with that either. You should keep that to yourself, but don't force that on me. Well, but I've been told that I need to get with the times.
You know what my mom said? I told her that mom needed to change. I don't need to change.
Right.
I don't need to change.
And I said, listen, you can do what you want. You can, all of that, but you can't tell me how to feel.
Right.
I'm a straight black woman. I'm going to conduct myself as one. And if you don't mind, I want to uplift the straight black men.
Right.
If that's all right with you. No shade to anybody else doing what they want to do, but I don't have a problem saying that, hey, for me, straight is the way to be.
Well, what about this? If you want me to uplift you, when are you going to uplift me?
They're not.
Exactly.
Gay is the new black. We've heard that nonsense
over
before,
my
right?
dead body.
That's civil rights. That is the new
from
black.
my cold dead hands.
Oh, and Joe Nelly said we force ourselves on their toilets as well, and we still most
Crazy.
of us think white toilets are better.
Yeah, it's crazy. They don't even have a bidet on the goddamn thing. You just got a dry wipe. What is that? What is that?
James said seasonless soup, seasonless. You got that right, and they probably spitting it. Yeah, like ain't no way in hell, son. I'm gonna be in there. The Woolworth. Now you gotta serve me. The law says that I have rights to be here.
And and what's really crazy is our parents' generation, which I call Generation Fail. I say that Generation Fail. They're proud of what they've done.
Do you know there was a time when we couldn't eat? We couldn't eat the seasonless soup.
Wait, Mom, Dad, is that the time we had our own businesses and we didn't have to go over there?
Well, it wasn't as good. That ice wasn't as good
Right.
as the white man's ice. So now,
they'll be the first to tell you how they deconstructed our community.
Right, yeah, you mean to tell me y'all had your own churches, you had your own
we had our own doctors, we had our own attorneys.
You had your own grocery store. What?
Yeah. And we went to Mr. Charlie's, who you said was evil, but you're going to integrate into the enemy.
And then when you moved in their neighborhoods, they moved out.
They moved out.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Good job. Good job, you guys. Baby boomers. Great job.
Hey, Avicii, what's happening? Says, I got to use that seasonless soup.
Seasonless soup. Wait. I'll put it in the envelope. I'm a copyright it.
Man's copyright.
I'll put it in the mail right now.
And Kevin says, we can do it as soon as we remember we have Black Wall Street and Rosewood are two communities that were destroyed by whites that knew the law wouldn't protect Africans born in America from such assaults and thefts. Absolutely. And, to this day, white people own all of those places. And that was really what it was. It was a land and money grab.
Exactly.
We're mad because these black people are up and running. They don't even come to our towns. For nothing we have the seasonless soup. They doing their thing, and we just can't stand it, so we're going to go over there and ruin it and take it, and we'll build them a plaque.
Well, I want you guys to think about this. We had a financial guru here last week, Walter Coulter, who says peace of mind is way more valuable, which is great. But think about this. They don't want to do pensions and retirements anymore, so they say it's up to you to put your money in the 401k.
Right.
And then they legally steal your money.
Right. Yeah.
Baby boomers, way to go. Way to go. We ain't going to have nothing.
If you come up missing, I'm going to know it's the baby boomers and tied your ass up somewhere.
But do you see the insanity?
I have a baby boomer, and I know he's a baby boomer for a fact, that comes on my page every once in a while to tell me how bad of a person I am.
Yeah.
And, I don't get mad with him. I try to talk to him. In fact, I even had him call me. I gave him my number. I said, please call me. I'd like to talk to you. So we talked for a couple of minutes, and I said, I know that your generation, and I said exactly what I said to him, said, I know your generation
he did some great
thinks that, my generation, if you will.
Ungrateful.
Are rocking the boat. I said, but at some point in time, we got to wake up. We got to wake up and understand that the way that things were being done it didn't work then, and it's not working now. And so I said, I know it's unpleasant
to hear
things that you're not used to hearing because, the baby boomers, roughly in their 70s now, were told and sold that doing, the civil rights thing was what was best for them.
Or to see stuff.
It wasn't. I said, if you still today comes on my page and tell me that I must be white, because if I say something about Obama or the Democrats, it's right. And I don't get mad at him because I understand that his mind is locked and loaded.
Different generation.
Yeah, and he's probably not going to ever change.
And don't get me wrong. I respect, my mom's generation and those people, but I'm not going to back down when I see failure.
Well, I try to be nice to the baby boomers.
No. I know. I'm not going to get in their face. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to. I'm a 50-year-old man now, so
not quite.
Well, yeah, this year. But if you understand what I'm saying, I'm not going to back down to say this isn't working. Like you said, this is failing. Or I'm not going to continue the facade of everything is okay.
And he said he understood, but then he still comes on my page every once in a while and say,
put you young whippersnapper.
And I just, laugh and smile. And Kai says, y'all stepping on some toes.
Yeah, Penny Minnie. any, mini, penny. You know I'm going to step on some toes. And I got a big surprise coming up. I'm going to talk about it in about 15 minutes.
Okay, we get to talk about Antonio too.
Yeah, in about 15 minutes because Little Militant is definitely going to have to come on the show. So.
All right, now. And Jonelle says, yet they will tell us the scripture, God bless the child as God is own. Yeah, which is true. We should adhere to that.
Wait a minute. And I will be talking about that in 15 minutes.
Oh, Lord. Should I go get the tambourine?
No, I want to get the... Demetra plays a mean cymbal. Like Lizzo, but you got the cymbal.
And let's see. And Jonah used also say, we got to get the program of God bless the child that's got white on out of our mind. Yeah. White is not always right. The ice is not always colder, right? And then we know damn well the soup ain't as always
seasoned. The soup is not seasoned. They're giving us water.
We shouldn't be so mean. And Samuel says, Donovan, we are in his restaurant already on another level because we don't grow our own food that is sent into our community, that is shipped by area code. Yep. The worst to our community. We must take our mouths out of the enemy's kitchen. My dad says it all the time.
Brother.
Keep your mouth out of other people's kitchens.
Yes.
Grow and make your own food.
Thus, if you ever come to my house, you will see I grow my own.
I keep forgetting my grocery bag.
Yes.
All right.
It's all back there.
Shamita, what's happening?
That's my girl. See, now Trump would be in his place if this girl's mom would be worried about her damn check.
Stop it. And
nobody talks about Sergeant Young, boy. Sergeant Young can take care of it. Go ahead.
And you say, I'm not able to watch right now, but yes, this is Mississippi. So you're in Mississippi as well. Okay. You say Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith. That's the lady who was talking about lynching, wishing lynching or something would come back. Won in 2000 election, even after a picture surfaced with her cozied up with the white knights and wearing the Confederate hat in front of the Confederate flag. Governor Tate Reeves, that's his name, a known racist, won again. Black people didn't show up at the polls, which by default voted for these devils. True. Only 29% of the state population voted. Damn. This shit is why I stay pissed. Stop complaining if you aren't willing to do something about it. When I say show up at the town halls and county meetings, I show up for every single one. I can literally walk 2 feet from my house and see a Confederate flag flying on someone's house.
Absolutely, absolutely. And and the funny thing is, Shamita, we call her Missy. We grew up together. She wasn't really as militant as like that. She didn't really get involved until you see what's going on. And she's had enough.
I mean, because at some point in time we got to stop sitting on our hands. We complain, but we sit on our hands.
Our kids are being killed in front of us, and
I'm indifferent about voting to some degree, and I do definitely believe on the local and state level we should get involved because that really directly affects us, even down to your city council members, the judges, the sheriffs, all of those people affect you. And black people, we don't realize that, and so we get racist sheriffs, we get racist judges, we get the city council who will put weed shops and pawn shops and churches chickens for the 5th time in your neighborhoods, but in the white neighborhoods they look like heaven literally. But yet, so we don't show up. We should at least show up to those things, right?
And speak on that because you said you went to the San Bernardino City Council meeting.
And it was, I've gone to a few cities, city council meetings, and
nothing was as funny as when you came to Moreno Valley. That was no joke, but go ahead.
It's like a reality show. That's what somebody said. It is. It's like a reality show. These people... But I get it, and I noticed that the white folks showed up to fight for their stuff. They wanted, this man, I kid you not, if I'm lying, I'm flying, said that we got 1,000 gophers in our neighborhood and you guys need to do something about it. First of all, I want to know how you knew you had 1,000 gophers, because, knowing him, he probably counted them. Right. Probably put a color marker on them or some shit. And he wanted them to do something about it. This is the type of stuff they're complaining about, But when we get in there, we want, to know why this program, and I know we're taxpayers and all that, but why we're not getting this and why we don't have that and why we need this. But it's like...
Well, here's a good example. Remember years ago? In my city here in Moreno Valley, on the left side of the city where all the white folks were, they're hollering about a golf course being closed. And where I live on this side of the city, a little bit farther west of me, you have people that are living in Tijuana with a bad water infrastructure.
But you know why? because the people in Tijuana don't bring their asses to the city council meetings. The white people come. I had this one guy, when I was there, the white developer, he's getting ready to build 200 homes at a place where it's windy and it was some bad fires in San Bernardino. And he says, well, I just want to make sure that you guys have the fire departments ready to go because we can't get trapped in there. And I'm like, how dare you? You're going to move somewhere where it's known that it's a fire hazard, but you want city council to make sure that your ass is taken care of when a fire breaks out.
Yes. So for those of you guys who are watching across the nation, whenever you hear about the California fires, that isn't like LA. You know, that isn't, it's like the rural area. Most of these fires, like Malibu and like we hear with the mudslides, those are the rich white people and they expect services.
Well, because they building where they shouldn't be in the first
to get away from us.
Exactly. Tay says, off topic, I want to brag on my niece that was accepted to a HBCU.
Yes, which HBCU? My son is Hampton University, HBCU.
Which one was that, Tay?
Which one?
And congratulations to her. And Pam says the show keeps stopping. Does it really?
It's running here.
I'm sorry. Yeah. And Kevin says the method is actually better than one-on-one. People listening better to what they say when they have to listen to it from you guys. Let me read that again, because it's probably me, right? Okay. Says the method is actually better than one-on-one. Mm-hmm. Got it? People listen better to what they say when they have to listen to. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. And then Jonelle says the time show we can afford to sleep and our unity. Oh, okay. So this time, so you see stuff that I don't see. This time. This time shows we can afford to sleep and our unity and being self-productive as a people and nation is imperative to our survival and future. Absolutely. And James says definitely have to. Definitely. Wait.
One more.
Okay. Definitely have to grow our own food. We have to get involved at the local level. Y'all got it going tonight. I feel like James on Good Time.
Did you got that look? James has that look. You know.
And she says Lincoln University in Philadelphia. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, no, absolutely.
Right, we really like Philly. It's cold. Tell her to pack a jacket.
Like we really need to really start thinking about not even think anymore. We got to do for ourselves because it is getting bad.
12 years and counting.
Yeah, it's I'm actually scared now. To be honest with you, I'm actually I say I'm on the border of being scared. Okay. Because I think as black people, we just really have no idea what's going to happen to us, right?
Absolutely.
Shamina says,
like I said.
He said, like I said earlier, I live in Mississippi and the damn country. So me and my husband show up every single one. They show up with the Confederate flags on their old ass cars and side eye us. I start shit at every county meeting. Their racist rebel flags is bringing down my property value and then it's off to the races. Wow.
Yep. I mean, and I got to say this, Shamita. How dare you bring him down there? Your husband is not from the South. Now he's got to endure all that because of you. No.
I just say God bless anybody who can live in the
obviously
South,
he loves you very much because I would not have be tolerant.
I have to go outside with a muzzle on my mouth like. Because I know me. So anyway, let's get to talking about. I'll get to you guys at the comments. Antonio Brown, really quick.
Okay,
Antonio Brown. I was like, why do we need to talk about him? But okay, Antonio
illness.
Brown is a football player who had a lot of things going on in the media. He ended up getting cut from the team.
Yes,
cost himself millions and millions of dollars. Well, recently he released a video of him. I guess he's fighting with his baby mama. He calls her white. Some people say she's not white, but I take his word for it. He says she's white. So anyway, on the video. Shows she's coming to get some stuff from the kids, or I don't know, and in addition to trying to get the clothes for the kids, it sounds like she's trying to also take off with the Bentley. And so somebody calls the police. I don't know who calls the police, but anyway, the police is there, and the police is talking to him, and he's got it all on camera and saying, "Well, is it her car? Did you gift it to her?" And he says, "No, it's not her car." So of course he's calling her some.
That's
choice
his wife,
words.
right?
No,
or girlfriend.
The girlfriend.
Yeah, then you got to
So he's calling her some choice names. And so people got all mad. And I said, I don't see anything he did wrong because before I even watched it, people were telling me, oh, he's wrong with what he did and this, that, and the other. Now, I think we can concede the point that he shouldn't be calling his baby mama names. Okay, we gonna
if she doesn't deserve it.
To me, that's a given, right? But I'm like, y'all need to stop looking only on the surface of things, you know, because nobody's talking about why. I gotta believe Antonio Brown is really crazy. I think he's got some mental issues, like, for sure. But nobody's also addressing the other part of it. Like, maybe she is antagonizing this dude. Maybe it's not her car. Maybe he does have a restraining order on her. Maybe he wants her gone. Maybe because I know people who have dealt with women that way. You know, they throw rocks and hide their hands, and then when the po-po comes, it's like, I wasn't doing anything. I was just trying to get the clothes for the kids. I don't understand. You know, but it's like, nobody's really understanding that point, the underlying thing that maybe she is pushing his buttons.
Right.
You know, maybe in his words, maybe she does do crack. Maybe she is sleeping in a hotel with the kids, and, you know, or maybe all those things are going on. And so obviously the police officer's not really listening to him. So then you have a lot of people saying, oh, well, he's being disrespectful to the police. I didn't see him being disrespectful. I saw him being frustrated that the police kept on, well, are you sure, type of thing. And
let me correct the people who think that way. Policemen are servants. You do not have to act a certain way toward police.
To your point, so are they allowed to do something to you because you called them a name?
No, not at all.
Are they allowed to do something to you because you made them mad or you yelled at them?
No, they work for you.
I'm just getting, because
they're public servants.
Because that's the narratives I saw in
respect the police. The police don't even respect us.
Like some of these clips of these new, sports pundits, like Jason Whitlocks, and we know his story, right? You know, oh, well, he's lucky the police didn't do something to him. I'm like, well, since when can the police do something to you for cussing?
Yes.
You know?
Remember, these are government servants. A policeman cannot cuss at you because they're supposed to be professional.
I mean, I think they're supposed to be trained to deal with people who are mad. I mean, this woman is trying to run off with his Bentley. I think that would probably make anybody mad.
A couple of months ago, you know, I was talking to a policeman because I was taping inside the city hall, you know, like I think it was last year or sometime like that. Cop asked me to come outside. I was like, nah, fuck you, I ain't doing it, right? And I kept using profanity. He kept asking me to stop you from profanity. I said, I'm a grown-ass man. As a matter of fact, I was 15 years older than this young cat.
And his freedom of speech?
Yes. And I told him, I said, I'm going to talk the way I want to talk. Nothing you can do about it. I'm not being detained. I haven't broken it. You know what I mean? You got to know what you're dealing with. But the thing is, they are there to serve the public.
Right. So I just wanted to just kind of clarify that because, you know, people thought that he, you know, was lucky. And, you know, I guess maybe with the climate that we're in with police brutality.
And that helps the climate of them versus us.
And that's what I'm saying. And we justify that, well, if he would have got his head bashed in, that's what he gets for calling him a bitch.
No,
you know?
When you put on that badge, you're supposed to show restraint at the most. You know, and of course they're training them, black man, pow, 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 pow.
And to the other point, I'm going to, you know, go along with what Donovan said. I'm just asking the question, what if she was acting like a bitch?
Yeah, so what?
I'm not saying it's cool to call her that, but what if she was? Right. You know? Obviously, she wasn't doing any of that when the police was there, but I think that people, you know, and it's unfortunate for him because he has so much nonsense go on, to, you know, due to his own hand, if you will. But I think he has the right to be upset. Yes. You know, so I think we should stop jumping on the bandwagon to demonize, especially black men. But as some people say, I'm just going to go and put it out there. Leaving white girls alone.
Yes, but
Samuel.
But but it also goes back to, you know, these child support issues, the deadbeat dad, that narrative that is not true. It's just not true. There are some. They're deadbeat moms.
I mean, she sounds like she wanted the police to help them commandeer the Bentley for her. But if you're living in a hotel, like he said, she's living in a hotel. What you gonna do? You gonna park it at the hotel? Right. You know. Right. And Samuel, you say, I have childhood friends that live in San Bernardino.
Great city.
It says the Musgroves. James does some singing. It says their first cousin, same city, had a son who played for 3 Houston Texans.
Okay.
Chris Polk.
I heard of the name Polk, so I'll look that up.
And then Shamita. Exactly. The police are supposed to serve and protect. Right. You know. And also, even if he did commandeer the Bentley from her, it's taken from her, it's a civil matter.
It's a civil matter, right.
But nowadays, the police are judge and jury and execution.
Yeah, you know, and it's unfortunate the police have been taught to fear that them versus us mentality. Worry about your life first. Why are you putting on a badge if you're worried about yourself? You're supposed to be to serve.
Well, I get them worried about themselves, but you coming in,
right?
You know,
you're the one with the gun. Yeah, you're the one with the gun,
right? And they also say, and know your rights. You don't have to be a legal scholar to know enough to protect yourself. Yes,
exactly.
And I totally agree with that. Although me and Donovan get into it sometimes about that because we know that doesn't always work, especially for black people to know your rights.
Right.
You know, there are plenty of people. Hell, Philando Castile didn't even get a chance to say the other one right.
Yeah, well, you know, well, think about this too. Just the mere fact that you're arrested, you're going to have to explain that for the rest of your life. You might be exonerated, the charges might be dropped,
right?
But you're going to have to explain that for the rest of your life, and that's one way that they put that mark on you,
right?
Especially as a black man,
right? So yeah, I mean, it's very important to know your rights. But you know, like I said, I mean, I'm not one of those people who see a headline and just agree with it. Like I want to know what happened was, you know. Because I know, especially black people in the media, it's easy for us to get demonized. And unfortunately, a lot of us as black people, we carry forth those false narratives. And they ever tried to argue with somebody, especially somebody black, try to tell them, well, no, you know, that's not the case. And yes, it is.
No. I got to a point, I was going to tell you, like when I was in San Bernardino today, I'm talking to a person who, how are you going to talk about Africa if you've never been there? You know, or talk about something and you never done it. And that's what I was dealing with. It was like, she kept speaking ignorant, you know, and I'm not like trying to disrespect her. What I'm saying is.
Well, like I know there's
she didn't know what she was talking about at all. And I was just like, no, what?
See, in 2020, we got to stop having conversations with those type of people because I'll tell you what, you know, I'm just not one to entertain stupidity. I know I have a short, I don't want to say I have a short fuse like I'm just a maniac. I don't have one like that. I have a short fuse when it comes to people wasting my time.
Right.
Honestly, I do. And as I said, a lot of people accuse me of not having compassion. I do have compassion, but right now I'm going to be selfish with my time, my mind, and my money.
Yeah, I don't have compassion.
And I don't want none of it to be wasted. So,
I have empathy. I don't have compassion.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're not willing to get to the bottom of things or, you know, let's come to a consensus somewhere, you know, and you want to argue with me, get off my line.
Right. Like it's like they say about Trump supporters. You can give them all the facts, and it ain't gonna.
I ain't even gonna.
You know, because remember, I want everybody to remember this. Remember, all the Trumpers were saying, "Well, he wasn't impeached technically because you know he didn't. She took the articles to the Senate. They took a vote. The moment that vote is over, he was impeached. But you give them those facts. And, you know, it's not about if you like Trump or you don't like Trump. It's here are the facts.
They don't care.
They don't care about the facts.
And I don't talk to those people.
Yeah.
And Kevin says, truth crushed to the earth will rise. Mm-hmm. And all I can say about government in family life, remember, you said IS Surgeon General Joycelyn Elders. That's the one that got fired, right? She wasn't there that long.
She wasn't there that long, but she kept talking about masturbation.
Masturbation, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Which is a good thing to talk about at the time that she was Surgeon General because the AIDS epidemic was exploding.
Right.
So,
well, But they needed to, you know, can't have a black woman because, you know, who's going to look to her for advice? It's going to be black people. Can't tell her to try to find other ways to avoid, you know, STDs and stuff, you know.
That's it's rampant in our community.
Right. And Shamedia says, I learned a long time ago to not argue with ignorance. Yeah, because, you know, that makes you both ignorant.
We still talk. Thank you for giving me the pass, though.
Tay says, did you see that they are doing a Surviving Bill Cosby? That isn't the title. It's a podcast that is out.
Yeah. There is a podcast. Yeah, I heard about that.
I ain't heard of that, but...
Oh, man. Yeah.
I'm almost scared to ask who's behind the podcast.
You know it's Oprah?
It's Oprah?
You know it's Oprah?
Oprah Lee Gale?
Yeah, she had to stand down publicly for the video. Now she said, let me get the Harvey Weinstein thing over here.
You know, they do that to us, our people, because we let them.
We let them.
At the end of the day. I can't tell you how many black people that I've had some heated conversations with over Bill Cosby, and I never said him giving women drugs and stuff was right, but it sounds like a lot of it was consensual. If you really go into the case, which I don't feel like doing right now, those women knew what was going on. It didn't pan out in their favor, as the casting couch rarely does. The only thing Bill Cosby is guilty of is trying to be a black man using the casting couch.
Like that's the white guys.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing he's guilty of, okay? And so now we're going to say, what do we need to survive Bill Cosby for? You already locked him up for 10 years.
And denied his
going
appeal.
on 90 damn years old, can't see. I mean, what else do you need to survive? It's not like he needs to survive.
Right.
You know, like, so we're going to just continue to nail the nails in the coffin. I mean, what?
Until we get it.
But they do that to us because we let them.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes.
You know, because we don't want to ever go against what white people are saying about us. We always want to be on the side of white. Not right, but white. A lot of us do want to be on the side of white.
Got it.
Whatever that is. Okay. And... Oh, it went up. Right and then Shamita says, damn, Donovan, you old.
Yes.
Old. You don't see what I see. I'm just kidding. Actually, I got accused of being his mother-in-law.
Yes. I was with her daughter. They thought me and the daughter were together, and she was the mother-in-law. It's okay. But go ahead.
That's because Donovan was acting like an infant.
Yes, I was.
And Shamita says, I've said it on your page, Donovan. If Trumpkins were interested in facts, they would not be Trump supporters. Yeah. Absolutely. I call them strumpets.
True.
They're now called strumpets. Yep. And then Jonelle says...
right, Donovan?
He say, right, Donovan, majority speak without experience or research, and majority haven't traveled, more or less even read about that which they speak on. It's tell me society while I'm being entertained and out sight, out of mind. Most only desire entertainment above awareness and intelligence. That's why the masses is ruled. Just dumb down. Absolutely, yes. You know. Give us a little, what they say, vitamins in the applesauce.
That's it. That's all we need.
Don't get me to, entertain me. Yeah,
here's some weed, anything that, that's going to be a distraction to us.
Yeah, and we fall for a hook, line, and sinker.
Yep.
all the time.
So let me transition before
we
got about 10 minutes.
Take the wheel.
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes left, and I want to tell you guys, how many times have I told you guys out there to stop talking about what you're going to do, how you're going to do it? Just go and do it. Just be done with it. Now, we've been doing this podcast for almost 2 years now, correct?
I think longer than that.
Yeah, longer than that.
Even
longer than that. But I'm talking about video.
Yeah.
It's like that. And I'm going to tell you, we talk about the city of San Bernardino. In the 1970s, city of San Bernardino was rated one of the premier cities in the nation.
Where is it now?
Right. But that's because, it's an old city. It's a very old city. But back in the day, San Bernardino, if you were a star in L.A., you came out to San Bernardino to get away and all that other stuff. And so the other cities that popped up around it a little bit later. So, yeah, San Bernardino got a little dilapidated and stuff like that. But here's the one thing about San Bernardino that people keep forgetting. They have the infrastructure in place for its residents. Unfortunately, a lot of the residents have left, that have money or whatever.
They're going up to the hills.
Yeah, they're going up to the hills and stuff. But the infrastructure is still there. So I ran into a friend of mine, and, we were talking and stuff. I was telling her about the show. And she said, what? And she invited me to this thing that she was doing, which is not far from San Bernardino Valley College, where I'm taking aeronautical classes, right? So I go over there, and I'm thinking, well, this is City Hall. Because she gave me the address, she didn't tell me where it was at. And I was like, this is City Hall. What the hell's going on here? Did they remove that Martin Luther King statue in front of City Hall?
It's still there.
Okay, still there. Okay, good. So I vector down, and it's in the basement. Down there, okay? Now, my city that I live in is only 30-something years old. It's not a very old city. Moreno Valley is not old. Riverside's over 100 years old.
Over 100 years.
And by the way, before I forget, today is my son's birthday. He is 22 years old. Do not make it rain on any of them hoes, son. Don't waste your money on that. That's just something from your dad. Happy birthday. And also...
Well, how much money did you send him?
He's getting $1,000 stipend from the military. I ain't sending him a damn thing.
Come on now.
No, I ain't sending him nothing.
Come on, Daddy Warbucks.
No, I don't support grown men. And also, it is Sade, the singer's birthday today. I love you, Sade. Anyway, so I go down to I want to get that shout out because, I'll marry her tomorrow.
Just wait till June 4th.
Yes, okay, there you go. Down there, that's your birthday?
That's Elder Barger's birthday.
Elder Barger, okay. Everything comes without no show, no nothing. But make a long story short, I go down to the basement. There is a full-blown studio there, plus public access. Okay? Now, for a small fee, if I was a resident of San Bernardino, I would have got 50% off. But I'm not a resident, and they don't support the military there. I didn't get the military thing. But well worth it. Has everything I need, green screen, studios, and all this. I mean, you guys just wait until we get the thing up and running. It is going to be something different. We're going to change the whole scenario here. And we're going to do at least one show a week over at the studio since I'm paying for it. And, we're going to blow. But my point of what I'm telling you...
Public access?
Yeah, we're going to be on public access.
Public access, so people can see us act the fool.
Yes, it's going to be a public access, but we'll still put it up on the different pages and stuff like that. But my point... I
don't know how long we're going to be on there with the content we have.
No, it's our show. They can't say anything about it. It's our show, you know. But, all the production is there. But here's my thing and my point. We're doing this thing. We started it very small. Remember when I did my very first video, everybody was laughing. There was no followers. Then we did the podcast and we explained. Stop talking about stuff and do it. And like I said, this ain't a religious thing, but, all praise to Allah, God, and, whatever the deal is. Because like I said, we've just been blessed and blessed and blessed. Yeah. And if what we weren't doing wasn't making an impact, we wouldn't be able to grow that the way that we're growing and doors opening up. So you've got to really believe it. Believe it. And am I going to use taxpayer dollars to fund my show? You absolute damn right I am. You damn right. Because now I have access to something that I don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to do. So you might have that available at your city. Go check it out and see what's going on.
Watch out. We going on the airwaves.
Yes, we're going on the airwaves now.
Like, pull a plug.
Yes, that's the Inland Empire Informer. Get him up there.
Yeah. Also tomorrow, you guys will probably see pictures, but Donovan and I are going to be working a red carpet for this Martin Luther King gala, if you will.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to be working the red carpet. We're going to be interviewing. He's going to have on his monkey suit, and I'm going to have on my, nice little dress and all of that. You're going to see us in rare form. Yes. And so I don't know what we're going to ask these people. It's going to be some politicians and all kind of people there. So
looking forward to it. It's going to be looking forward. But what I'm saying is, as we're coming down the hill in life, you guys get out there and enjoy. I know life is stress and you got bills. You're helping your kids. You're helping your grandkids, whatever. But make time for yourself.
Absolutely.
Make time for yourself. So.
And Shamita says, thank you. Actions truly speak louder than volumes.
Yes.
I like that. And you also say, happy birthday, Quincy. Yes, indeed. And in Jonelle, you say, Bill Cosby is guilty of trying to have a seat at a Zionist table. Absolutely. Every black man with ambition in society tiptoeing over the ceiling is either shot, locked up, or put on a negative via slander from Zionist-owned networks and Oprah. Networks. What's feared is any black being like Nipsey Hussle, absolutely Tupac, Farrakhan, etc., with ambition beyond the limitations of Zionist control over the masses. But the roof is peeling off these white ceilings by God's grace. All praise is due to Allah.
Amen.
Absolutely. It surely is. We just got to, keep going. And I hate that we keep losing so many great people. Yeah. But that's why what they're doing can't be in vain.
Exactly.
We can't just say, okay, they're gone, we're going to stop,
Well, and I want to just put this out there, too. It's a new year, whatever, thanks to the new black media. A lot of the issues that Demetra researches and stuff, I mean, I can't think of everything. And so it's good to have somebody who thinks a little bit outside of that box from what I think is, strip clubs and chicks and stuff. That's all I mean. But, but it's good to have that message so that you guys that might not know what's going on is now informed. So you guys support new black media outlets that are out there. They're all out there. The Philip Scott Show, the African Diaspora.
YouTube has a plethora of them. Yeah, we don't see them on mainstream. Right. There's a lot of information out there for us if we just go look for it. Right? And then Shanita says, congratulations. Absolutely. And Ronell says, right, Donovan, make it happen. Shoot for the sun and land on the moon or stars.
Why
Absolutely.
not? Like I said, so you guys continue to tune in here, like, share, and hit that button, and if whatever you're going to do, because when the next show actually hits, and I'm going to be excited because I'm going to be doing a lot of writing on that show.
Yes. So. What's the name of that guy on? I keep forgetting his name on Boomerang.
Oh, Jeffrey Holder is his real name.
Holder. Y'all remember the scene on Boomerang where he asked Eddie Murphy's character, can he have creative control of the Strong's A commercial? That's
it, Strong. Yeah, it's going to be... Look, I'm going to have some fly girls. I'm going to have... Look, it's in San Bernardino, so they're sitting on the street looking for some work. So I'm going to have...
I can see the scene in Scrooge with Bill Murray where they had the naked women dancing around. And he talking about, go down, we don't have reindeer. Can you staple some antlers on the dogs?
No, but we're gonna have fun, and that's what it's about. Like I said, and I'm just so thankful that I have friends that know how to do these different things. Because here's another thing: it's political season, right? We are getting antiquated in calls from candidates that want to come on the show because another candidate came on the show, then another candidate came on the show. So, I mean, and it's not about popularity, but it's about being involved in your community and knowing what's going on.
As my mom would always just say, keep going.
Keep going.
Just keep going. And so that's what we've done here. So, you guys on the podcast, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you on Sunday. I don't know what we're going to talk about, so if you guys have any suggestions, please hit me up with suggestions because sometimes it's hard to come up with a lot of stuff. And so we will talk to you guys in the podcast later. And for those of you guys on Facebook, we